Since last week's Idaho trivia went so well,
Yeah.
how about some more?
Sure, why not?
Idaho trivia. The U.S. Navy's submarine bases are some of the most high-security installations in the world, but one of their most important and shadowy submarine outposts isn't located in the ocean, but in landlocked Idaho, 375 miles away.
Interesting. Okay.
In Bayview. Now, you may know that as the home of Lake, looks like it's spelled Pend Oriel, pronounced Ponderay.
Yeah.
The ARD Bayview in the Navy's Lower Key Subsurface Area 51 and the massive lake is a water-based, smaller, and more outsider-friendly Nellis Range complex, basically.
Interesting.
And I had lunch with a friend over the holidays
Uh-huh.
who works there.
Oh, interesting.
And I guess what
Did he
they...
spill all the secrets to you?
No, but he did give me this published news article
Okay, fair.
to refer to.
Right.
So I just thought that was funny that this is in a landlocked state
Right.
in Idaho.
Uh-huh. So like aquatic area 51.
Yeah,
Okay. So they're probably like developing some new stuff out there too, I would assume.
that's what I would assume.
Right.
Like, and if you've watched Ancient Aliens, you've heard about USOs, unidentified submersible objects.
Right.
Some that come straight out in the ocean.
Uh-huh.
I guess Christopher Columbus supposedly saw one.
I mean, there was a reason
was-
that they had like krakens drawn on old maps and stuff, you know. People believed in sea monsters.
But the buddy I had lunch with who works there gave me this news article that says the lake's depth, it's deeper than Loch Ness, large
wow.
size, clear water, quiet conditions, provided by steep tree-lined shores and a flat, muddy bottom, along with a constant chilly temperature under 100 feet.
Okay, interesting.
So after you get down past 100 feet, it's the same temperature year-round.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay, yeah, that makes sense.
And I guess they're testing out submarines on like a scale, like a 1/3 or 2/3 scale
Uh-huh.
to see how they're going to fare.
In the actual ocean.
Yeah.
Huh.
Crazy.
I mean, I have to assume that there are probably some factors that the ocean has that this landlocked lake doesn't. But overall, that seems like a pretty good way of doing things.
Later in this episode, in the AI song, you're going to hear the phrase podunk sticks. And Idaho sometimes gets a hard time for being the podunk sticks. But if you think
Right.
about it, we had the first city powered by atomic energy, Arco, Idaho. We had the first pilot to identify flying saucers was a pilot from Idaho flying by Mount Rainier.
Sure.
And then we've got this naval base here.
Right. And also we're the birthplace of television.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Philo T. Farnsworth, look it up.
We kind of do a lot here.
So
And we have some damn good potatoes. And you know what? That's important too.
we also have the potatoes. Go to any Five Guys. Chances are their potatoes that day will be from somewhere in Idaho.
McDonald's exclusively uses Idaho russet potatoes.
That's right.
I actually think it's really brilliant that they're doing all of this stuff in a landlocked state in some random lake, because then not only can they control their environment a little bit more, but also it's a lot harder for other people to come in and see what we're up to there, you know? So kind of like Area 51 where they've got it all fenced off and people can't get in, you know, it makes sense that they, you know, created a situation where they could control for that better than if it were in the ocean.
Who knows what kind of government technology lurks 200 feet below the surface of Lake Ponderay, Idaho?
Yeah. And no one ever can because the spies would have to go through land or air. They can't go by sea.
Lots of luck, Gina.
Yeah. And we've got a much better hold on those things because water is deep and scary and there's lots of crazy stuff in there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If they're 1/3 scale, I don't know who's piloting them.
I mean,
Maybe the Greys,
well, but
who
also,
are 3.5 to 4 feet tall.
well, but also if it's like a 3-man submarine, but it's a 1/3 scale,
Right.
then it's a 1-man submarine.
No billionaires going down there that we know of.
I mean, you never know. We have no idea what's going on there.
Right. PlayStation controllers, James Cameron, all sorts of
geez
wacky
Louise.
shit. Do you know when the billionaires died in that tragic submarine accident
Right.
that some people don't think was too tragic, but I do because it's the loss of human life. But when that imploded, the body's pain response was probably like, I don't know, I'm going to get the milliseconds wrong here, but like 150 milliseconds. And it only took 50 milliseconds for the thing to implode completely.
Right.
So they didn't feel a thing.
Yeah.
They
At
were
least
there
there's
1
that.
minute and playing the harp the next.
Crazy. Well, and that whole thing ended up like the size of a baseball, right?
There's your
That was the other
morbidity
thing
for
that
the day.
I heard about it.
courtesy of IFAF.
Ooh, yikes.